Oh, I gotta be checking my phone. That's why I don't be liking these platforms sometimes, because they will definitely kick you off. But mm. Well, I guess while all that's happening, then I might as well just go through my what I was working on earlier today for the website. My bad, excuse. That's how sometimes my sites just be kicking you off. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's why I definitely do not like using these platforms. But you kind of got to, because that's where all the people are until you create the community to just only talk to the community. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. Like that's why people usually just go to like what is it, Discord, have their own like Zoom meetings going on. Like, yeah, it's totally worth it. Or I don't think Patreon really does live yet. I don't think they do live. But yeah. But where do we leave off? Last thing I saw from you was something about portions, and I was about to answer it, and then that's when everything like froze and kicked me off. So portions. I think it was something about the proper wine portion. What's the proper wine portion? Is that so you should pour? If that was the question, I mean, it's kind of like house rules, right? Every place has it different. If you're in business, of course you want to maximize profit per product. So a lot of those kind of establishments would be like 4 to 5 ounces, 5 ounces being the norm or the median. But then there are other establishments that's pouring like 6 ounces. But I haven't come across a place that does more than 6 ounces, ounce pours. There's a lot of things to consider, consider like how much are you paying per bottle? Uh, like what's their name? Barcelona Wine Bar. They do 6 ounce pours, but they're also getting wines from Spain or Spanish wines. So typically those don't cost as much as like an Italian wine or a French wine, um, or wine from France. So they're able to pour a little bit more and still make out pretty good. But when you're in your house, pour as much as you want. Me, I'm a lightweight, so I'm always trying to pour myself around like 4 ounces, and then see how it goes as I gradually go on. Um, yeah, that's another reason why I stopped doing like the hard distilled spirits because like 2 drinks and then that's kind of like That's good for me. But it's only 2 drinks. So of course, if I'm out, I'm going to end up trying to do more because I want to hang out, you know. But I don't want to hang out and not have anything to drink. Yeah. So at that point, it just becomes to whatever's proper for you and your situation. Man, that was cool, man. Thanks for the questions. Seriously, this is what I wanted to learn. This is what I'm here for, just to be a resource. Because I come across a lot of people who got a lot of questions, but who really don't want an answer. They just want to hear themselves speak, you know? So I don't like talking to those people. But like people who I know really appreciate the information, you know, whether they utilize it or don't, at least I know that you know, like now, and you're just like, all right, cool. All right, so now I know. So whenever I'm speaking to somebody, I can speak from an authoritative position. Yeah, no, I'll keep that in frame. Mark texts me like, "Oh snap! What skis don't say? What skis say?" It's like, man, you just had to be there. Uh, man, that just any of it can go with any kind of food. Yeah, man. Oh, man. I wish. I wish I could be, man. I wish I could. Wish I could be. I mean, I could. It'll be a lot of fun, but I just don't. I just don't like to not maximize productivity because then I'm not. Then I don't become as productive. You know. Um, with the hard stuff, I become a degenerate, and then it's just nothing but fun, and it's just like, oh man, a whole lot of fun and nothing to show for it besides an experience, a good fun experience, you know, that you'll memory that hopefully you'll have a memory. I love whiskey too. When people ask me, I tell them no because I don't want them to. I don't want any more questions. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm more of a like. I'm more of a No, it's not the recovery. No, I drink good stuff. It's not the recovery. It's just that, like, see how I'm being productive right now while still uh drinking and smoking. I like that, but I don't do that when I have hard liquor in front of me. You know, like I just don't. Conversation. It just becomes more conversational, just like fun and that kind of like thing, but not like I'm like, dang man, forgot to should have did this in front of the camera. So like that, whatever. I just yeah, like to maximize the experience. But yeah, man, I really enjoy rye kind of whiskeys because I like that the peppery notes that I get from it. Um, I guess then after that, I would go. I like the peat though, so I got to go Scotch. I got to go Scotch after my rye. So it starts off with like rye, then it goes Scotch, Irish, and then bourbon. Just because I guess bourbon is the more sweeter tones. Um, but yeah, yeah. Good food. I mean, food like depending on which wines you're having, they're all going to go with depends on the food. So it's always space. It's always space. I'm actually developing wine and food pairing algorithm. I don't want to say too much, but a thing that yeah, 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 yeah. I already have the back end already there. Like I'm having trouble right now with the results showing on the front end. But once I can figure that out, once I could figure out how to get it to actually display the result, then I'll talk more about it and be everywhere, because that's like, it's a great intellectual property. It's a great tool, resource for everybody. Um, but yeah. Oh, honey. But that's different. That's different. You're talking about a mixed drink. Like like when I'm talking about hard liquor, like I like I kind of do everything just like neat, like on its own. Like so, like it would just be like either a glass of gin, a glass of rum, a glass of whiskey, a glass. It would just be that kind of like neat. Like when it comes to just like mixed drinks, that changes things. That changes things. Just as well as cocktails, like a Manhattan is still just nothing but all booze, like, so that's a little bit different. A martini is all booze, still something different, like those ones are like two, two, and then that, all right, I could do one more, but should I do one more? But when it comes to mixed drinks, that's like, all right, cool. I could do mixed drinks, because you're not adding more alcohol to it. You're adding non-alcoholic beverages to it. Unless it's house rules, and then you just got a heavy hand, and then you're just doing like a sprinkle of like the mixer. All right, Gio, where the heck are you? Man, I got to get back to doing the pod. Oh, snap. Yeah, that's right. I got a lot going on. Ooh, because I do have that. I have a lot going on. I have this wine club that's about to launch. So that's going to be dope, where you get shipped 6 bottles that I curated for a theme. So I'm pretty stoked about that. That's something I can talk about. Uh, that's going to be so. This theme is all around cozy up, because now it's like the season. It's getting colder, and all the wines that I selected for this box are just like ones that you just want to chill out, mellow, you know. Some of them you don't have to think too hard. The other ones are going to just be like, "Yo, this is nice." So I think it's going to be a fun, wide range of what wines could be that you never even thought could like could be. So that's going to be fun. Working on working on an article for a major publication. I'm excited about that. it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work doing all of this kind of stuff, man. It's a lot of work. That's why nobody don't want to really do it. Cause it's just like, man, so much that just goes into it. But then it's worth it because you kind of work for yourself. You know, you work at your own pace, you work for yourself. And it sucks because since I'm since I'm new, since I'll be new to the market, the checks aren't going to be like the big check. So it's not like you can sit there. I'll be able to sit there and like write a couple articles a year and then that'll carry me over. And no, I'm gonna have to write a bunch until the national market knows me as a household name for doing that. So yeah, man, it's draining. Definitely with a toddler too. So it's even more draining. But in the long run, it's definitely going to be worth it. But that's kind of why I do like the the small pockets that's available within the world of the internet, because you have places like Substack where you don't have to like have your own like publication or anything, but you could have your following, your subscribers, and then and then they can offer um it can offer things. It can offer things, so it's just like, all right, cool. Thank you. This is for gratitude. Thank you. I need that. I want to keep on doing this. Thank you for subscribing. You know, not like the YouTube or anything like that kind of thing where it's like you need to have 8 million views to get $300 for one video. Like that's a lot of views for $300. Like and then all your videos, you're not it's not like you're gonna sit there and have 8 million views per video every time you drop something, you know, like yeah, it's just not guaranteed. So, you know, like yeah. So all of your work, all of your income is gonna come from outside of out of those platforms. Woodley, what's up, sir? It looked like you guys had a blast in Delaware. Yeah, I can't be outside as much. Definitely with you, man. Like you didn't see me fall downstairs. I didn't even. I wish I could say, man, I just slipped. No, man, that was a tumble. That was a tumble. that was that was a tumble. And that was a long time ago too. I can't take a spill like that now, man. That would be I would definitely feel that the next day. I feel like your calm is not the normal calm or how I envision calm for some reason, man. I just Ian almost had me last time with he almost had me, but I was like, I can't do it. I gotta be a responsible adult. I can't just be yeah. And then I just know. I just know. Matter of fact, he did say it was pretty calm last time. He did say the last experience wasn't crazy. But the whole thing is, if I come out there to Delaware, I'm gonna have to make it back from Delaware, man. I'm not staying out in Delaware, man. I'm not saying I'm going to have to come back. So therefore, all right, I'll start preparing myself now to be a responsible adult. And this is what I'm talking about, skis. When like because it becomes house rules. And when house rules, they're you're not measuring how much is going into that glass easily. Easily, my mixed drink becomes a a martini, a martini pour with a dash of mixer. And then the vibe too, man. Like, cause I don't know who all gonna be there, but I could just imagine who all gonna be there, and they all like to have fun. And I'm not the one that's gonna be filtering fun. That's all I'm saying. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, all right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. 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 All right. Well, I already know, man. I mean, Planet is, yeah. Planet is, yeah. Planet would put a cat. Yeah. 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 All right. All right. Let me call him right now, man. Yo, we're waiting on you. Oh, it's still just not. It was still loading for you. Like, all right. I mean, it's doing its thing. Do you need me to? Which you like? What? Which way did you go to the link that I sent you, or you? Oh, all right. All right, that's so oh snap! Yeah, it's happening. Skis is happening. There we go. All right. All right, I'm gonna hang up.
Okay.
My guy.
You might need to let me turn my light.
I mean, I don't know if you want to plan on like using this. I can cut the music off, but like I got the music in the background so they could so they'll mute out the live later. So if
That
you
joint
want
ain't doing either.
If you want me to turn the music off, let me know. All right.
Oh no, yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm just
Schizo said, "Gio, my guy, where you at? Did you leave? This dude, man. Yo, all right, man. He'll be back. He'll be back. I think he's going to turn on. I think he's going to try to get his lighting together. All right, all right. There you go. You're back. We're good. I can't hear you, yo. At first, the first time I heard your audio, and now I don't hear your audio when you came back. No. Yo, I was just making sure, like on Instagram, it wasn't me. But no, no, it's you, man. It's your audio. I don't know what's up. You probably got to put. Well, you're not even there anymore, but I have to put. Oh, there you. Well, sorry, skis. We're working through it. We heard him the first time. Then when he took off his headset, that was it. All right, let's try it now.
going now.
There we go. There we go. All right, you're back. There you go.
All right, okay.
All right, cool, cool, cool. How you doing, man? What's up? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling amazing, man. Happy and grateful. I got this.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Nice, nice, nice,
It's
nice.
a real
What
thing.
what's
Yeah,
that?
man.
What's that? Well, I see
This
it's
is
a
the
I see
book.
it's a book.
This is the book, man. This is the life-changing work, man. It's in this, John. This your boy.
Is that oh, is
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
it going to come in hardcover too? I know I'm jumping ahead. I'm
Oh yeah,
all
it comes. We got hardcover. We got a hardcover version. I've been, just tighten up my back end, man. Making sure I cross my T's, dot my I's. I'm excited though. You are the creator of your life, right?
that's facts. That's facts. That's facts. That's what we've been talking about this entire time. Like Skis and I, like, like you can literally do anything. I mean, you kind of have to do everything yourself now. You kind of have to. You because you just want to know that process.
Thank you,
Hey,
brother. Thank you. No, yeah. So it is for you don't have to, but if you do have to, then you have to, right? Like that's the if if somebody comes along to help you, that's perfect.
Yeah.
If somebody comes along to support you, that's great. If they don't and you still want to do it, then you're going to have to be a version of you that doesn't. You just got to decide. You can like you can ask people to come along, right? And if they might say no, are you still going to go? You can go and then you can fail. Are you going to go again? You can fail again after failing and thinking you got it right. Are you going to go again? And you can fail another time, even after you thought that you had it perfect after failing so many other times. But when you finally realize that it is the journey of going on, figuring out, can I get it right? That is the joy. Each time doing it, I gained something different. I wrote this, but I was just on TikTok. They was like, "Yo, this is your first book." I'm like, "No, bro, this is my third book." Yeah, like I've done this multiple times. I just the first time I did it, it wasn't what I wanted it to be. That was me claiming the I, right? That was my I am that, right? Well, my I am, right? That was just me claiming my I am. The second book was the outward expression, trying to do it for something external. I am that. This book is the culmination of me claiming my identity. I am that I am. And that's the buildup, right?
Ooh, I like that.
Never. No, yeah, you don't. It's the journey of unfolding, right? Like each time the spiral's at a higher turn. Yeah, it's the same loop of becoming, but it's at a higher turn. There's more at stake. There's accumulated energy from the last spiral.
Okay. All right. Okay. I see you seeing it now. So I was like, all right.
Yeah. So you never start at the same place twice. 1,000%. It's that unfolding. As long as if you can control your I am on the journey, because that's the only thing that's gonna remain. It's your I am, right? Like whether you when you in the beginning of the journey, when you're in the middle of the journey, when you're in the end of the journey, it's gonna be you as an I am, right? I am just getting started. I am pretty good at it now. I am a master.
All right. Man, just take us through the journey, man, from you writing that first book until like this one right here. Like the entire process.
So it's the process that's in this book, right? It's that journey of I am. So the first part of the journey started with me questioning myself. Am I? Am I an author? Am I a speaker? Am I an entrepreneur? All right. Being forced to question myself after being on the brink of existence in my identity, right? I went to college thinking that I was going to become a certain version of me based on things that wasn't what I really wanted to be. And that experience caused a misalignment of fulfillment, right? I was doing it, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. So the manifested experiences of I am that I am in terms of being a college, a graduate, successful chemist, etc., didn't manifest. And so after trying to be something that I really wasn't for a period of time and being dealt the reality of I'm not going to be able to be that in a way that is good, right? I'm not going to fulfill that dream or half dream because it's not what I really wanted. And so I was forced to question myself, like, am I, right? Who am I? What am I? What am I here for? What am I doing, right? That who am I? What am I? Uh, what is my purpose? So can I be more? And asking myself those questions, I introduced to I mean, all right, being introduced to speaking, writing, empowering, impacting people. And when I got exposed to that possibility as a as a lifestyle, right? I was like, oh snap, this is crazy. It's possible to do something that I love to do and make a living doing it, provide for my family, etc. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm all in. I want to do it. And again, that spark when you first get initiated into it, you think that's the spotlight, right? Like the spark is, oh, you can be great at this, and then you think that the spotlight is, I am great. And so I just had to go through that journey of the trial and error process of the universe of like, yo, do you really want this shit? Right? Like it was like you say you want it, right? You just became aware of it last week. I just told you about it, right? But you seem like you really want it. Let's see. And the first book was that claiming my I am, right? I went to college. Di- Go ahead.
I was going to, you saw, I was like, all right, so the first book, what's the name? What could you talk about the idea of the first book?
Yeah. So first book is Three B's to C's, how to seize your opportunity, right? Like I said, I was coming out of college and um, I felt like I had squandered the opportunity of college. I wasn't fully engaged in I wasn't being the person that I needed to be. And so, I wanted to learn from that experience. And so, Three B's to C's was just how to live. How do you need to live to take advantage of any opportunity that's presented in front of you, right? So three B's to C's is as how to be or live as so that you can maximize all of the opportunities that come along in your life. And that's you have to be appreciative, you have to believe, right? Which is like to have faith, and you have to be focused. And that book came from again that first declaration of I. It was just me affirming myself. Right, I went to college because I was told to. I did the things that were told to be safe, and writing my own book, it was just like that internal declaration for myself. Like I am whatever I say I am. So because I said I was saying I was a writer, it was just my declaration to myself to do that. That's why I didn't really promote the book, whatever. But it was just one of those things that if I can look back on it and say, yo, I did that. I am an author internally, then I can build on that. And that's exactly what it was, right? It was I always had something to be like, yeah, no, I wrote a book. And I can remember like, no, I really wrote like 20,000 words in like a document over the course of a period of time. Like that was something I really did and inspired. And I go back and I read that book. But like, bro, this shit was dope. It was
Hmm.
just I wasn't I wasn't polished yet. So that was my claiming my I am. So I wrote the first book, Three B's to C's. I had no idea about marketing, doing covers, doing any of that stuff. I thought that like immediate success was going to come from it, but it didn't. And so now I'm questioning myself. Am I right? Am I really a motivational speaker? Am I a writer? And I'm like, no, I am. Like I've spoken. I've written this book. I got people that gave me feedback like, no, this is dope messaging, etc. I am that. So, but I don't know how to market. I don't know how to like get it out in the world. Like, all right, well, if you're going to have this message, you got to figure out how you're going to connect it to the people. So I went and I started to try to learn how to market. And I wound up getting distracted because I got a career in marketing, right? So in terms of trying to learn how to market, the universe was like, oh yeah, come on. So I met my man Sherman. He gave me a job, paid for courses for me to get trained in marketing. I was like using money to do paid marketing, their money, the company's money, and they was paying for me to learn on the job. So it was like I was getting this immersive training in marketing. I got really good really fast, right?
So
And
did
so you're learning the market. Good.
so did that so in that moment is that what brought the second book?
So in a sense, right? The first book was that internal declaration and claiming my I am. The second book was the I am that. So I got into marketing because I learned that there was more to writing and becoming an author than just writing a book, right? You have to write the book, like think about the target audience, market it, all of that stuff. So I learned that from the first time of writing the book and not being discouraged. I was just like, all right, well, I got to figure out how to market now, right? Like, all right, I wrote the book. That don't mean that like I'm thinking like, yo, when I write my another book, I gotta learn how to market. So I got into marketing, and when I learned from marketing, um, I was able to tie it into my second book. So my second book was more of a passion project. So my first book was the I am, that was internal, that was like more so for me. The second book was my I am that, right? I wanted to express it outwardly. And so I wrote a book for a specific audience. I wrote that for first generation college students. And it was the book that I wanted to write, but it was the book that I wrote for another audience. So it was I'm seeking external validation, right? And I'm putting the emphasis and focus on the audience and what they want and trying to like keyword it out and do all of these different things. So it wasn't it wasn't the fully manifested I am that I am experience that I had started it from, right? Like when I first started, it was like, every person has an idea of how they want to do it. If I could write a book the way I wanted to do it, I would do it this way. And if I knew all the stuff and I knew how to do it, I would do it this way. So my second book wasn't that. It was more so, it was an external about, I'm looking for, hey guys, like, yo, look at me, I wrote a book. And I did that and I was able to get the fulfillment from that project, but I instantly realized that it wasn't what I wanted to do. So it was an external thing. I did it. I got some speaking gigs. I was able to get paid, like, do like kind of make that step up in the pursuit that I was making, in the pursuit that I was going after, but it wasn't the fully manifested version of me. It wasn't fully embodied. I didn't go into it. All right, I'm gonna do it the way I know I want to do it. Take everything that I had learned and felt. I was still trying to do it, improving it to somebody else. And so that was the external validation. I am that. And then this book
Wait, could
is the
you
I
do me
am
a
that I am.
favor? Could you
Yeah.
slide over towards your right? Yeah, right there. Perfect.
Okay. So yeah. So then the last book, this book is all about the I am that I am, and that's just a full manifested version of um, when I first started out. I had an idea of who I wanted to be and how I wanted to do it. So I was like, yo, if when I like, I'm going to write a book that's very relatable, very conversational tone. Anybody can read it, like, and get help from it, and it's going to be for the common person to feel encouraged and not feel like self-help and personal development is relegated to the select few. And bro, I did that, and it is literally the process of it is definite possibility and definite desire, right? So that's like the whole manifestation experience. When I first started, it was an infinite possibility and an infinite desire. It was an abstract possibility and an abstract desire. I knew it was possible for somebody, and I knew that I eventually wanted. I knew that I would want to, like, I wanted to do something like that, but I wasn't definite that that's what I wanted to be.
So what's up?
And
What? Sorry to cut you off. I'm gonna be
good, no,
like
you good. I'm all,
I'm like Nori. I'm like Nori.
no,
Uh,
you good.
so what's the like? What's the work? Well, because I know of, I kind of know of the work that you put behind as far as like the research go. Research went at a surface level, but how much research did you do for this, like for this project? Because it's hairy
Not
out here.
so. No, 1,000%. It's a lifetime of research. It's a lifetime of constantly digging and searching for the answers that we all are looking for. So those self-reflective processes, right? The journey started when I first was coming out of college. It started with reading the books, like The Alchemist, Celestine Prophecy, um, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Think and Grow Rich, um, Unlimited Power. Just so many books. Right? It started with just kind of absorbing the information about what other people were saying about how to become or fulfill your desires. And so that work started there, but then the real work is that the work that nobody can see is the work you do on yourself. It's those moments of having the experiences of failure, of setback, of defeat, of non accolades, and still choosing to show up. Like none of the stuff that I like, none of the books mean anything unless I write this book and put it out. I write the second book and I put it out, or I continue to like post the videos, or you get what I'm saying? Like that's the work. The work is to not be discouraged about where you are on the journey and to keep showing up and to keep trying and keep persisting. Like that part of it is vital because nobody can tell you how to do you. You know how you want to do it. You know how you would do it if you could do it the way you truly wanted to do it, if you stopped thinking about everybody else. You just afraid. And so once you start giving yourself that permission to be that version of you, then you can live with it like, all right, this is where I'm at right here. Right? Like where I am right now. So if I told you that if I said it, if I spoke it, that I'm going to be this and I'm not there yet, it's just a matter of yet. I'm not there yet. But I wanted to be there. When you in the beginning, you want to be there so bad because you want to prove them wrong. You want to shove it in their face. You want to be right, but you are, but not yet. You're not being honest about where you are in the journey. I was just getting started. If anybody look at me 10 years ago and be like, man, you've been doing this shit for 10 years. Yeah, I've been only doing it for 10 years. The 18, 19, 20 years you knew me before, I didn't even know this was a thing. I was told to go to school and I did great at that and I wasn't even trying. I've been trying this against all the odds and trying to unlearn everything that I had to unlearn to do this, and I've made the progress. I'm here.
All right, so we have this beautiful baby. Do we call it a baby? This piece of work that
Bro,
you brought into the world.
this my baby.
Uh,
Yes, this is
there
my
we.
baby. That's like I birthed this creation
That's the
into the world, right? This was
that's
a idea.
physical.
Like all things start as ideas, right? This book was an idea in my mind. I could feel, only I could visualize. It was there and it existed as something that I knew it was real. Like I had dreams about holding this type of book, and it was something that in me it was burning, and all the time it was just persistent. Like yo, I gotta write this book. I gotta write this book. I gotta write this book. And then bro is here to like see, be here, holding it, like watching. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is crazy because it's that simple. It was just literally writing right here at this desk with a fucking sticky note. I am that I am. Just writing, like looking at that joint and being reminded, like I am that. And whenever I got discouraged, whenever I got fearful, whenever I start questioning myself, I am that I am. I am an author. I am. It may not be perfect, but I'm the person that can say that like I wanted to do it this way and I can do it and I am that I am, and it's amazing. Like if you ever wanted to bring something into life, right? To birth your own experience. You have that ability to do that by saying, I am that I am. Whatever it is, I am. I'm a writer. You want to be a writer? You think like Jill, oh man, like your book trash. I can write a better. Do it. Say I am that I am and do it. I dare you, and I dare you to not feel as amazing about yourself as I do right now without any validation. And I got some sales and stuff like that, but literally just like the holding this motherfucker,
I'm so
reading the
proud and
words and
happy,
knowing that,
like to see it this way, to see it this way, like to see you doing this. I'm like, yo, I'm happy. I'm like, look, I'm cheesing, you know. And usually, like I'll be
bro,
like,
because
if I
you,
like, hold on, I gotta do a callback. I gotta do a callback to skis. Like usually, I'm cheesing and smiling while drinking. It's usually because of the whiskey or whatever. But this is like, I'm not on whiskey or anything like that. Like I'm like, this is all because like I'm sitting here seeing my guy turn his idea into a physical copy of a book that he manifested. Like, yo, I'm so happy, yo, man. Yo, yes,
uh, 1,000%. And
yes.
shout out to my man Schizo. Shout out to my man King Obiagu, aka my man Chad. Right? He 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 had wrote his book right before I wrote my book. And it was like I'd already been working on it and doing all of this stuff, but it was just that's the power of being a light, being light for somebody else. You never know what you can do. So he wrote this book, he published it, and it was I'm talking about Chad, right? He published the book and it was like, bro, you really just can do whatever the fuck you want to do. And it was just that like inspiration. And that's the process, right? Like your enthusiasm for me now is knowing that like we share in that we are light bearers for each other. All right, Schizo, all of us being in an environment that's telling us we got to be a certain way. Yeah, there's certain things that I'm gonna be a part of this environment because I'm here. I'm it's culturally relevant to be a certain way. But I'm going to be self-defined in terms of what I think what I know I can do for me. Right? To be a self-defined author, for Schizo to be a self-defined entrepreneur and philanthropist and activist and leader. These things are self-defined. We come from the same places, right? We come from the same places as the murderers, the drug dealers, the everything else. It was just in that environment I chose to say to decide to be a solution to the problem instead of a continuation of the plight, and that is a choice of awareness. Now, again, I can't speak for everybody else, but that's a choice that I was made because I was given the space for choices. Not all my peers are given that. I was given the space to be an individual. I was given the space. You can be from it. You don't have to be of it. Yeah, but that's a choice of space, right? We Skeezo always he talked to me about his mama, his grandma, the people that give you space. The reason why I'm shouting him out too, talking about just like what he's doing at Thune, the community work, giving people space. Those pillars, right? We think about those men and women in our lives that kind of give us that reminder that you can be from it, but you don't have to be of it, right? And again, it's just creating a space in that place where you can be normal. I think about the chess clubs, the after school programs, the things that you go to as a child where you can go in those spaces and
Hmm.
just exist as a kid. You ain't have to be the hood kid. And those spaces gave you confirmation to go out and just be who you were. And
And it,
I do I give.
it's wild and it's crazy because like I was in all of those after school activities because like I had to I had to be in those because I couldn't go home. I couldn't go home not because I didn't have a home, but because there was nobody there. So I was in like the Boy Scouts. I was in a chess club. I was like any after school extracurricular activity. I was there just because I couldn't go home. And now like you guys, well, you saying it this way, it's just like, man, those spaces are what made me different.
1,000%.
Because
It's so it's
I would have been home a lot. Like so now, sorry. I know you're excited. Hold on, I know you're
good.
excited. But
No,
like
good.
those 2 to 4 hours changed everything because now that takes away another 2 or 4 hours of me in a house by myself trying to figure out what I'm going to eat. What a yada yada. I got to engage with more peers. I got to sit there and learn new skills. I got to do something differently than rather be either in the house by myself for an extended amount of time or going out trying to find friends to do something for those hours until it was time for me to go to bed. So that those spaces now
So,
that saying it that way resonates with me a whole lot differently. So thank you guys for shedding light on that.
no, 1,000%, bro. And to think about, I'm fortunate, right? I think about myself, my mom sending me to schools outside of my neighborhood. So not only was like, did I not, I had to go to the after school programs. I went to school 45 minutes away from my neighborhood. So I don't go to school with the same people in my neighborhood, right? When I get home 2, 3 hours later than them, so they already running the streets, they already getting into stuff, and I'm forced to self-reflect. I'm by myself, and I'm like, well, shit, what am I gonna do that like I can do by myself? And we got into other things. I got into reading, I got into philosophy. You know what I'm saying, we got into anime, we learned new skills that exposed us to different things. In Boy Scout, you tying fucking knots and climbing trees and doing stuff. So when you go out, like now you really want to go outside, you want to explore, you want to investigate, you want to go do things that are like that because you've been exposed to a activities that were enriching, that were fun because you had to make the most of it. It's like, bro, like you said, I'm not going home because they don't get off until 6. Young boy, you're gonna be locked out. You're gonna be locked out, young boy. So you might as well sign up for one of these programs. You might
You
as well
forgot the
sign up for one of
thing?
these programs.
Dag.
You ain't got the key because you're too young, right? You're too young to have a key, but you're old enough to go home, but you're too young to have a key. Like you're in this stuck place. So stay in this little program for 2 hours. That way, when you get home, plus and not even for nothing, they gonna have something to eat in the program. Not that we don't
Yeah,
got anything to
yeah,
eat. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
like, it's a little different options, right? So, just all of it, bro. I think about all of the men in my life, men and women who created those programs, because most of those programs are voluntary, right? They come and they show up after school, but they made space, and that's what it was, bro. Like on 11th Street, right, in that house, in that environment, inside of that house, I had the space to be whatever I wanted to be. Inside of that house, I didn't have to be anything, and that space that where I could be safe to be a nerd, to be a weirdo, to be whatever. I'm saying, and then in the hood too, right? I'm gonna give the hood credit because
Hmm.
once the hood recognizes you walking singularly in your space, they leave you alone.
Yeah.
As long as you can, like, if you walk,
I
if
mean,
you
yo, man,
cool in your own,
the hood's gonna give you the thickest of skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been called a weirdo. I've been called a weirdo my entire life. So when I hear people outside, I'm like, yo, I'm used to being called. Whatever you're about to say is not as bad as what they would say.
right,
So
and that, and
I've been
even
called
more so.
literally everything except a good person. Like, literally. So if somebody says I'm a good person, I'll look at them like, oh, it's not. Whoa, that's all right. All right, you're weird.
But breeding like that type of toughness, that so what's needed in success for success is mental and emotional toughness. And it's not just mental toughness, right? We elevate mental toughness. Emotional toughness is even more important. Can you overcome some shit? Can you get over being disappointed, being in despair, not having it, not being liked, not being the favorite, being talked about? And so when you can walk, what is that?
What's debatable? Excuse,
Yeah,
man. You about to have to copy this link and get in here too, man. It's enough space for all of us. Look,
it's, it's
there's
all
enough
about
space
making
for all of
space,
us.
man.
There's enough. I know talking about spaces, right? Like you can get on here too. That's why I
It's
like this.
all about space.
That's why I like this software.
Nah, yeah, I gotta check you
Uh,
out on the live. I don't got the Instagram. Oh, because
heard
that's
that, heard
debatable.
that, heard
Yeah,
that, heard that, heard that, heard that, heard that.
yeah, that is debatable. That's
Yeah,
debatable.
I was just looking at the
But
camera like,
yeah.
I
No,
know I'm
man,
not.
it's we you a person. And that's what the hood teaches you, right? It teaches you to embrace your dark side at times. That there are times, bro, right, where that dark side saved my life. All right, like,
That's
hey,
true.
hey, listen, that tough skin where, hey man, you can say whatever you want. You ain't gonna put your fucking hands on me though.
Tell you one thing. Tell you one thing.
I say you can say whatever. I just I know that like there's a certain amount of me. I've been pushed, I've been punched, you know what I'm saying? I've been put in positions to where I've been tested that how you gonna respond to when something happening that you don't like. And I know that if I don't like it, I'll do something about it, whatever it takes. You know what I'm
Something,
saying? So
something that I like that you. I don't want to say glanced over, but like the connection between the within the different spaces of how you can still be like or develop the entrepreneur or solo tantra pure whatever
mhm.
ship that develops within which way you want to go, because like everything that you're saying is still, and I'm pretty throughout your books it sounds like is still the development of becoming where you're headed on a journey. I like how you linked into the people that took a different route than you did within the same environment. They are still entrepreneurs. They still handle transactions. They still have human resource communication or relationships. I'm just trying to just keep it as
No, yeah, real
like a
shit.
kid, and they still marketing. Oh my goodness, I was walking and then I seen some great marketing all around of like, oh, I know where that came from. the link is the link is oh no, oh, the link is not up there anymore. Hold on, let me, all right, put this joint in there. Uh,
Oh man,
I wonder if I could.
schizo on the jump.
Yo, that's gonna be amazing. I'm so for it. I'm so for it.
That's so funny, man. The universe. I put this back up here. This looks amazing
Yes,
too.
yes, it does.
Cover art by Geo. Uh, the entire,
That,
yeah,
that
formatting.
that's all and that's where it leans all into the hold on. That's where it all leans into the entrepreneur aspect. Where it's
Well, so it
like
come.
you sat there and you had to get into a mindset in order to do all the graphics and everything that goes in the real work that gets glanced over within the process of creating.
Well, yeah, and that's I think the reason why it gets glanced over is because it doesn't. It's not the part that you want to show, right? So in marketing, in marketing, the reason why marketing works so well the way it works is because the more than anything, people just want to avoid pain, right? And so work is associated with pain. It's not associated with growth. It's not associated with stretching. It's not associated with becoming. It's associated with pain, darkness, despair, separation, detachment. Right? Think about like the people look at a butterfly, right? And they're like, oh, the butterfly is this majestic animal. They forget that like, yo, there's a process of going through of becoming where the caterpillar literally goes through this process of being cocooned, right? And that's so like you're being shut back into an internal darkness of self, and then they don't always make it out. Like if the caterpillar when it's coming out, if it doesn't go through that process of becoming, of like pushing through, its wings never gain enough strength. So it needs the resistance. I tell the story about the boy and the butterfly. The little boy had a butterfly. It was, I mean, a caterpillar. It cocooned. It was about to come out as a butterfly. He saw it struggling. As it was struggling, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna help it out." Slid it open a little bit. Came home the next day. The butterfly died. He didn't understand that the butterfly's wings needed that resistance to push the fluid all the way through so that it could fly. You
Hmm.
need resistance in growth. You need that shedding of the old skin. Like right, you look at a snake. There's a shedding process of detaching from what was and becoming and stepping into what's new that we don't always associate with pain. And when you start to look at pain differently, when you start to reframe it, and you start to look at like I'm going to have to fail, I'm going to have to be resilient. The only difference between me and you, Flash, probably is that we
I'm Vegeta.
expected you expected Vegeta, you expect troubles. You choose challenges, right? You choose the difficult part of it and know that it's going to come and be like, yo, even if I fail, I'm gonna be better because I went through this. So I'm gonna do it the first time. I'm gonna launch a book, and if I fail, I at least know what it takes to launch and fail at a book. I'm gonna launch another one, and I'm gonna like do keywords, and I'm gonna learn a little bit more, and then I'm gonna launch another one, and then you know what I'm saying, and then that's gonna be the game. But can you be emotionally tough enough to say
Yeah,
the
hopefully it's not
quote
me.
unquote bad is meant to what?
Sorry, sorry. Okay, okay. I was letting Skis know
No, yeah, I know. I seen he was on the drum. So it's five
because I wonder if he's
thirteen.
going through the same thing that you were going through. Then if that is the case, then it's definitely then it got to be me, right?
Might be the, the back end. It might be the back end.
Because yours was doing it too. Let me start closing all this stuff out. Look, start closing things out. Let me know what's
How's
going
my
on.
lighting though, man?
I
Oh, that's
mean,
better. Okay.
is it you were caught off guard? We can see you though. And we can see the book. Let me know. Let me know.
Oh yeah,
What's
yeah, yeah.
Let me know what's happening. Let me know what's happening on your end, skis. If it's still just like a waiting. No, even though it still would be like it would let me know about the waiting room if there was that if that's the case. But yeah, yeah, it's a little dumb. You could use a little lighting. Yeah, it's giving me a connecting screen. All right, I would say hold on, let's try it again. Um,
That's on the lights and shit.
oh, you are crazy. I love it. There we oh no. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, hold on. Let me get over there. I'm so happy. Oh, how's this gonna work? All right, guess it's in green room. No, man. Let's add. There we go. There
Get
we
down,
go.
get down.
There we go. I'm so happy. There we go. All right,
Oh,
cool.
how's this gonna work? All right, guess. Why am I
I bet
not
we're
no, man. Connected?
Hey, skis. Just want to say welcome to the room. Welcome to the space.
We gotta get some applause going, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
Come
wanna.
Yeah,
on,
you
man.
need
We
a
gotta.
soundtrack.
When I come through, I need effects.
I know, man. Oh, we were talking about that earlier. Oh, that was great. Yeah, great comment. Yo, man, it's good seeing you, man. It's good seeing you. I am overstimulated. I'm so happy. This is awesome. Let me check the. Yep, I'm seeing how it looks on the live. Yep, we are all represented. We are all there, all looking like kings. Yes. All right, bet. Let's
I can't see
continue
my
on, man.
man, but okay.
Let
That's
me
what I'm
get.
saying. I only can see. Well, I can see on the phone. I can
No.
see everybody on the phone, but I can only see you on the screen. Flash.
Mmm. All right, we're gonna work through this now. We're gonna work through this right now. Everybody's here.
That's
Yes, I'm
goodness
here,
you.
present.
So on like the
Present.
Instagram live screen or just
No, I'm on the link screen.
all right, got you.
But like on the link screen, I only can see you.
Let's
But
see.
On Instagram, I can see everybody.
All right, let's see. All right, that's something I'm gonna have to learn how to do.
Yeah, no
Nice.
doubt.
That's something I'm gonna have to learn how to do. What what if I move you here and move you here?
Gio, what's up, my guy?
My guy Skeezo, what's up, baby?
Oh man, listen,
How
listen to
are
how
you?
much, listen to how much business integrity I have. Right? You made a purchase almost a year and some change ago. Right? You remember you
I
made a
did.
purchase. Now
I
look,
did.
this how much of a stand up guy I am. Right?
Yes, sir. You show me something. You got the bag. Let me get on the line.
Look, ain't that you?
Hold on. Let me get on this show.
Business integrity.
Yeah.
Business integrity. Still got your
Yeah.
package. Everything's still in it.
I
Everything's
gotta come
still in
holler
it.
at you, man.
I do
You
not
got the
believe
hoodies.
in
Yeah, I still yeah, we know but it's you know what it is, brother?
hoodies.
It's
You got multiple hoodies in here. You got hats in here. You bought quite a
I
few
know,
things.
bro. I know. I'm divine timing, right? These conversations are right in alignment. I've been in my own little world, right? We go into these darknesses, but yeah, I'm emerging. I think right after, I think that was like right after my brother passed, bro. People be forgetting like we be like going through human stuff. And this last
Right.
year, I'm alive. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I produced this right from all of that pain and turmoil, but also there was just parts of the year where um, I'm just detached from interaction. Right, like my family going alive. I seen them. Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna show my man some support. Love the hoodies, and then I went into my own little world. But yeah, man, we coming out. We good. We it's just the divine time. We're gonna run it up. It's about to get
Perfect
cold again,
time
so the
right
hoodie
now.
perfect. My wife can do
It's hoodie season, man. It's a perfect timing.
it. It's hoodie season. That's it. How is everything though, man? I be seeing you at the school, loving just the community stuff, man. The message. I see
Man.
the kids getting
So
older.
right, right, man. Everything is great. Everything is great in all aspects of the progression and development. And life is review. So even though you may know something, you should always review it to increase your
Yeah.
level of information, your level of awareness to that certain subject. So everything is beautiful, man. I love I guess the key. I think the word for the show today is space. So I love the space that I'm in right now, far as branding, far as entrepreneurship, far as mentorship, far as education. So yeah, man, we move it, we move it, and that's the one thing that you have to be doing. If there's no such thing as standing still, life is moving forward. So if you're standing still, you're getting left behind. So we moving, man.
1,000%. I think it's amazing to watch it unfold, right? To be neighbors for years, right? And to be down the
Yeah,
street and to see
yeah,
the leadership and the impact evolve and watching
right,
somebody rightfully step into their position from a just a overall leadership position, mentorship, parent, like just all of it, bro. Because it's there, right? We all like you're where you are is where you were supposed to be going the entire time, right? We all kind of took a little,
right,
got our battle scars from trying ourselves out, but again, bro,
right,
where like that space that you in, um, I be seeing the stuff that you're doing with Ryan over at, as I plant the seed, the other just in different connections that you all guys got going on, and watching
right,
the light be shined into these communities that need them more than anything else, right? Like there are so many people. We watch so many kids from these neighborhoods die before they could even get a chance to figure it out. And so to see you
right.
being in the grassroots of it, like it's amazing, bro. It's amazing, and I just want to give you those
But
flowers for
just
just
I
watching you
appreciate that.
mature.
I appreciate that. Just standing behind my core values. I mean, standing behind understanding that the farmer can't blame the crop for a bad harvest, right? So
Yes.
we always want to put the blame on the youth, but somebody put them here. Somebody's in charge of them. Somebody was sent before them to cultivate the space that they'll eventually come into. And if those things haven't been
Hmm.
done right, you can't blame them. But that's what I seem to have had happen is that the youth always take the fall. And I guess because they're the more ignorant of among us, and ignorance in the word and the literal terms, what the definition of it means. Those they are the ones who lack information, they lack skill sets, they lack they lack resources. So it's easy to pick on them. But the people, somebody, they say you stand on the shoulders of those who come before you. So if there's no shoulders there, how do we get to see? How do we view what's up ahead? Right? We kind of start doing what you know what I'm saying. Y'all can agree with me on this. We start raising each other.
Yeah.
We start raising each other. We start looking to a person that may be 1 or 2 years older than you as an elder. When actually, in all actuality, you guys are peers.
Mhm.
Y'all are
100%.
peers. So to be able to give, I always say, to be able to give back to a community that I've taken so much from. I mean, so I never shy away from that part of my life because I always say I chose that. I
Hmm.
chose that route. That route didn't choose me. Right? My mom, my grandparents, my uncles, my everybody always said, "Don't do it." What it was for me was it was the easiest thing at a time where I felt like I didn't have any resources. I, I had just one, it only took one person, it maybe took one person at that time, and I could be honest about that. It maybe took one mentor who could have swayed me, but it wasn't nobody swaying. Nobody wasn't electing that lane,
Mhm.
right? So, but I learned it. I'm really from the last of the, I guess you could say, organized crime era, where things were a bit organized. There
Mhm.
was people in charge. There was rules,
Mhm.
and I mean, it gave me a sense of understanding, organization, um, profit margin, um, assets and liabilities. I mean, it taught me all of those things that I use now on a day to day basis, just in a different space. I mean, so
In a different
to be able
space.
to go back, yeah, yeah, to be able to go back in the same community where I felt like I've done so much, I, not so much wrong, but yeah, attributed to the devastation of my own community, my own people. To be able to go back and try to right some of that wrong, I'm humble and extremely grateful for that opportunity. Everybody don't get that opportunity,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. But
I mean,
I mean, I
you have to
learned
get
a
to a
lot from
certain
you two guys as well.
you have to get to a certain point in life to like it's like Carlito's way. Where like
Right,
you get like you get to go onto the cruise and go into the horizon, you know? Like set sail
yeah,
and just chill and reflect and like tag, you know, and implement change behavior. It's like I did
right,
that, so hopefully you don't have to. Skis did that, so hopefully you ain't got to go through that kind of thing.
bro. It's. I always tell when I'm in my mentor programs, I always let them know that the streets is the only game you can get in for free, but it'll cost you to leave.
That's facts.
There's
It's
no
gonna
other
cost you something.
game on earth. There's no other game that you can play for free, and you will have to pay to leave.
Mhm.
Right? You're playing basketball. If you put the ball down, you can walk away. Nobody. It's not going to be. It may be a little bit of scrutiny because you might mess the run up, but it won't cost you anything to leave the streets. It's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you time. You're going to pay in blood. PTSD is inevitable. Um, you're going to
Hmm.
miss out on so many different opportunities that you would have had you not chose that route. So are you willing to pay the cost? That's what you gotta you when it's time to go, you gotta realize, am I willing to pay the cost to leave?
Mhm.
Right? And most don't. They rather stay and figure out a way to maneuver. So what you spend the rest of your life like this,
Mhm.
maneuvering. I'm maneuvering. I'm
But
going
that's
from
the
one
so the game
maneuver to
is.
the next.
The game is how
You
can
said
I get
something,
out
Schizo, just
unscathed?
about that.
How
Well, the
can I
game
Go
is
ahead, I
actually
hear
figuring
you,
out a new
Gil.
possibility. No, so
Right,
like you said something about just like the possibility, like you didn't know that, like you didn't have any other resources, right? So like what was, how could I get to what I want and it being presented to me? Like you can't tell me to not go get it because I can see my peers got it. They
Mhm.
got it. It's right there in
right,
front of me. You can go get it, and it's easy to go get it. You're not presenting me with another possibility to get what I want from where I'm at. And again, like entrepreneurship, the internet, all of these different things, they presented such a different way of going about it. You don't need as much,
right,
you know, overhead or assets. You don't need a building to get a clothing brand no more. You don't need all of
right,
these different things to operate.
Yeah.
And so there's a awareness that comes from just representation. And I do, like you just said, you can't blame the youth, bro. And when you just said it, watching you before, right, and being a leader for the community at such a young age, but right, not knowing, not being aware of your leadership, not knowing that
right,
you're contributing to a generation of people coming up after you that are there. They don't even, the game is about to change so fast. They're not even going to be able to adapt, right? There were rules, there was organization, there was structure, and then within a matter of years, all of that's gone. There's no rules, there's no structure, there's no values. It's different. It looks the same, right? It might be the same
right,
corner, it might be the same plug. It's a totally different game. And not knowing that, like, damn, I'm leading them to that, to where now in awareness, you know your leadership, you know your role,
right,
and you're intentional about being in the same community, but in a completely different capacity. And again, it's just the
right,
power of awareness. You spoke of that, you spoke about the possibility, and then just that space, right? Even for you, right? You always reserve that space to um, things outside of the hood not being outside of you. I can imagine a lot of your peers, like, oh man, that's nerdy or that's corny, and you're like, no, that's different. And so there was a space for you to get out the game in a different way because you never said, oh, I'll never do that or I can't be. And again, I think about
bro.
just the
You gotta
power of
realize, right?
newness.
Growing
Mhm.
all of those clubs that y'all talked about, I was in them. I was in them and still in the hood. I'm still hood. I'm bringing the hood to the chess tournament. I'm bringing the
Mhm.
hood to the Mav 24 tournament. I'm
Mhm.
bringing the hood to um, doing plays and drama club and ROTC and being a safety and the list goes on of things that I was willing to try that I knew guys that where we from ain't willing to try. Right? But what it did was A, it built character.
Mhm.
B, it built lifelong connections and relationships. Now I've always been big on that, right? So I always know that this society's moved by people. People
Mhm.
move you to the next level, right? Relationships move you to the next level, right? So I always knew that, and I knew I like things in their proper context, right? Basketball is not going to get me out of the hood. Love it, love playing it, love watching it, but I knew it wasn't what was going to get me out of the hood. So immediately, I'm not taking that serious. I'm not taking it serious, right? I'm finding things as a youth, tapping into different things. But in the same time, I'm aware of what I'm good at.
But then that's
I'm
also,
good.
but at one, all right. So what you were, it sounds like you're saying is that
Go ahead.
you aren't able to find your I am in the moment. You were able to find your I'm not,
Yeah,
while still you're still
yeah.
searching for your I am moment. Like, all right,
I think I knew
I'm
what
not.
my I am. I think my I am was more like I'm willing. I am willing to try this. I am willing to try this. I'm willing to try this. I'm willing to keep doing these things till I
Mm,
find what my heart is looking for.
mm-hmm.
Right? What
No,
I'm
yeah.
looking
So
for.
What you say,
I'm going.
now you talking my language, right? So when you talk about
Yeah.
the I am, that is the so the when you are being an empty canvas, you are just I am. That's when you aren't attached to I'm that or I'm this or I gotta be when you start attaching to your identity, right? Damn, skis, I can't even I know your real name. I couldn't even think of your real name right now. But right, like before you became right schizo, you were, and before that you
Willie.
were right your nickname that your mom and them
Willie.
called you, and before that you were just I
Willie.
am, and so
See,
Willie.
we're on the internet though,
yeah,
so I'm still gonna always address you as Ski.
Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, bro. My name is on everything. My real name is public record. So
right.
I don't know nobody that don't know my real name.
No, I know,
But
but
I've
I
got
had like one of those brain farts because I've been like I'm just now in my head it's just like ski like it's like calling Flash. I be having to remember his name. I'm like, oh no, that nigga name really is that. Like my bad. I gotta I keep calling him
right,
Flash. That's his name. So, but no, the I am part, right? To kind of make that connection,
right,
the your ability to be an I am is that's the God given gift. Is that when you are I am, you can be whatever, right? And so you never was too attached to that, right? Like it's guys that were in the hood that were attached to I am that. So I'm a street nigga. I'm gonna die by this shit, and they live by that I am that. It's definite. They don't have any other options. Your I am has always been malleable. It's been malleable to like, no, I'm open to be whatever. Like I can be a street dude, I can be a play dude, I can be a funny dude, I can be a whatever because I am I'm aware of my ability to be all of those things. And that again, that's a
right.
freedom that comes from just space, right? Like that, man, I think about it, bro. There's a even in our generation, again, I get to watch y'all from up the street. I'm a couple years behind. Even in our generation, whole paper chases movement, all of that stuff, right? I think we the last generation that like it was cool to be by like who you were individually. Like if you go
Yeah,
back and look at y'all collective, it was a collective of just different individuals, right? With different personalities. You knew
absolutely.
like skis over here, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be individuals. Everybody want to be the same. Everybody want to be the killer. Everybody want to be the hardest. Like it's just so crazy. There's no there's only one I am that you can be in the hood now, and that's the toughest, hardest, most killing person in the world.
Bro, it's even
And
like
that's
that
just
in
so
the
true.
it's even like that. It's sad, but it's even like that when it comes down to the professional world as well. It's like they act like it's
Yeah,
only one way to reach a certain. Like I don't want I never wanted multiple streams of income. Right? I want to be able to do one thing that I like and make the money that I need to make doing that. Now, people got 20 jobs. I can't do 20 jobs, bro. I'm not doing 20 jobs. But they act
so
like this is the new thing that has to happen. Like if you want to be successful, you have to have multiple streams of income.
Now it just
That's not the
depends.
case.
It now it like, oh man,
I can't hear you that much, flat. Yeah,
I
myself.
know I took my mic off. Yeah, now this is when you know how much you want to make. You just reverse engineer that, and it's like, all right, so I got to do this in order to just do this one thing. But typically,
Right.
a lot of people, it's just like they could be caps, I guess you would say, onto all right. music industry, or where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? Where do we want? Where could we both understand? All right, radio, right? Radio, there isn't a cap on how much you can make, but it's a lot of work to get to like the Wendy Williams level where she
Right.
was a radio host. She had to get syndicated and all this kind of stuff. Now we're talking about something a lot different. That was a whole different era too. Um, different era because you could start your own like show and be syndicated technically because people could listen wherever they want to in the world. It's
Right.
not the same. So you would just have to figure out how much work goes into just doing that one thing. But even still, now you're selling merch. You're doing other things based around that one thing you do as supplemental income. Because what you're making
Right.
off of the one thing, if you're on the airwaves of like regular radio, that's like what? That's 35 to 55K depending on experience.
Right.
And then you start making the to go. That's but I'm solely an MC on the radio. That's the
Right.
functionality of it. In order to get to where you want to go, now I'm hosting parties. Now I'm doing this. Now I got to do all this other kind of stuff based around that to get to that point. But if you're doing it for
Right.
yourself, you can just figure out what that is and then just like
No, I
go
feel you.
go ahead.
I totally understand that, and I agree. It's just that that's just one of those things that I always do. Like
Mhm.
I'm a minimalist. I
I feel
don't want a lot. I don't want a lot, and I think that's what the issue is.
I want a
I
lot and I want to do really little for it.
you know that I'm
Yeah.
not. I don't want a lot. I even when it comes down to domestic, I don't like a lot of furniture in my house. I don't own a lot of different pairs of like shoes and stuff like that. Like because I don't like to have to find how to get dressed. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Mhm.
want to have to think about what pair of shoes I'm going to put on. I only have three.
Mhm.
I only have three. I mean, I know
It's one of
green
each.
sneakers. Yeah, you know what I mean? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's just how I am. So
But
it makes my life.
it still sounds like the process of elimination. See, it's because I more so think of not the process of elimination. It's just like, all right, this is all right. This is what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
This is how I'm going to do it. But that's allowed in this day and age in this era. It's just like you can't tell me that I can't do something unless it's steps that prevent me from being able to do it. Like becoming the president, I know what that's the process of elimination. I know I don't want to do all the other stuff to do that, you know.
right,
Uh, but in general, it's just like, I feel like doing this today, so this is what I'm on. As opposed to you're just like, all right, not that, not that, not that, not that, not that. That's not working. That yada yada yada. So it's pretty interesting because it seems like you're on the like flip side. It's the I am not rather than the all right taking this. This is what I am.
bro. I really what I the things that I'm good at. I know I'm good at, and I'm not doing nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing
No,
nothing
but
else.
one of the greatest things is like by knowing what you don't want, you know what you want, right? Like if you
Yeah,
find out like what you don't want to do, then you know what you want to do, you know what you want to deal with. So I think the thing that we often attach to the experience is the external, but it's more about like your I am, right? Real shit for you, I am when am I most happy and grateful, or when am I most happy? When am I most fulfilled? I am happy and fulfilled when I don't have to worry about like financial stuff, and I'm not in a rush to go anywhere to spend financial stuff. Like I like peace and calm and freedom. Like I just want to be and not have to go nowhere and not have to do anything. And then like if I have a decision that comes up in that moment, I want to be able to be like, all right, yeah, I want to do that, and I'm free to do that. And it's not like so. Skeezer was talking about people talking about the 20 streams of incomes and all these different things. The goal is to maximize what you do in multiple ways, so you can diversify, right? Like AK-21. I'm gonna take my man Brand, right? That becomes what you do, all right? Now that message and community and how you do that, how you build that out in its different spokes, you can expand on it. But I'm not focusing my energy on doing a whole bunch of different things. I'm gonna be a builder and a welder and all these other things. No, I'm gonna focus on the one thing, and then whatever skills I gotta learn to maximize this, I'm gonna learn, and I'm gonna do all that to get to a certain point to where I am as comfortable as I need to be. But the the freedom is that you need to be self-defined about what is successful for you. So what Skeez was talking about,
Right.
he know what's success for him. He know what that looks like. I am not everybody else, not in comparison. It's my I am. What like where do I need to get to where I'm going to feel like I need to feel? Because everything you want is attached to an I am that I am experience. Like I
Right.
want that house. I want that car. The experience you're looking for is I am that I am. I am that version of me that did it, that accomplishes it. So you have to be able to backtrack that and be like, all right, well, what am I really looking to get? I'm not looking to get a bunch of different jobs. I'm looking to get a
Right.
streams of income that I can do the shit that I like to do, and I don't feel like working when I'm doing. Like if you tell me like, yo, you gotta go do this. If you tell Gio he gotta go talk for 45 minutes on my tiredest day, if that's the worst thing I gotta do, I'm gonna go up there and do it. You know what I'm saying like, all right, bet.
Got it. Okay.
So
All right. Okay. All right. Understood. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right.
but yeah,
So
man,
the
I
the
gotta get
the
out this
the the
joint.
was that
I said I gotta get out this joint. I got I got a couple I
res-
gotta handle some back end
responsibilities?
stuff with this stuff. Yeah, I got some responsibilities, man. But I wanted to hop on with y'all. I'm glad I did, man. Thank y'all.
Thank you. No, and thank you for putting the missing pieces together for the misunderstanding that I was getting from Skizal, and I appreciate you for clarifying that because that's not. Yeah, I was taking it as Skiz was saying like, yeah, I'm not doing all this other stuff. I only want to do that, but it's with the 8 or 20 different streams of income. Just like, but that all enhances what you're doing, but I guess that's the uh the miscommunication on my understanding of it, which is like, oh man, but then that all enhances what you do. It's a part of the culture of what you do. It's not a different job.
Right.
It only builds
It
the brand
depends.
of what you
It
do.
depends though. You gotta make sure that it's in line with like don't just do it to get the extra income. If it like so mentorship that expands the brand, right? And it's something that's in align with what we want to do. But it's like, yo, let's do a fucking like fish fry. For what? Like why? Like you want me to go cook fish and do all this stuff so we can like, oh, what is it? It's a good way to generate money. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Right? That it's not about the money, it's about the impact, and it's about like what I'm really trying to do with this. Once you
Mm.
get your main stream of income to a point to where you don't think about money, you can make stuff that you really want to do, and if it makes you money, cool. But it's just additional revenue. If you have a core people this the part I'll get off on this. The part that where we are now is that marketing is what people sell more than anything else. Most of the stuff that we're buying now is people telling you how to market and do all this other stuff because their main system of income isn't as secure as they're telling you it is. If it was that secure, they wouldn't be trying to get you to buy what they want you to buy. And that's like the culture that we have now is that we've gotten to this culture of greed. It's not it's people that would do well if they would just sell what they sell, but they want to. they see billionaires and they're like, oh, I want to get there, and it's like, no, you don't, bro. You only want a certain amount of money that way you can do what you're gonna do. Once you get to that point, you're gonna have to be able to manage 100 people, travel to different, and you really don't want that. And then when you get it, you're going to falter on it because you didn't want it. So
That's peace.
It was great kicking it with you, gentlemen. I
Yes.
look forward to kicking with
yes,
y'all
sir.
soon.
Yeah. Just gotta
Hit me
organize
up.
this.
I got everybody contact, so I'm gonna hit everybody up.
Plan this so we can do this
Yes,
again.
sir.
Not
I'm
just
a, I'm a
live, not
really
on
come see
live,
you.
but just like just us together in a space.
All right, for sure. I'm out.
Word. All right, bro.
Well, that was fun. That was cool. Let's see. Can I get that back? How can I do that? That's something I have to learn too. So when everybody leaves, how can I do that? What if I change this? No, because that still doesn't get rid of that up there. All right, I'm learning in real time. Okay. Booyah. Yeah. All right, cool. That worked out. Whoa, that was fun. That was pretty cool. Got to talk about how you can become a creator or how you are a creator, living in your I am. My friend Gio just did you publish a book? You didn't say where people can get the book or anything like that. Oh man, so that's one thing. But yeah, there's a book out there by Geo Dixon Speaks. You can always follow him on socials, and I'm pretty sure there's a link right there for you to be able to pre-sell or purchase. I'm excited for a hard copy. Uh, yeah, I'm so sick of like paperback books now. No shot to that. Because when I do, I will purchase the hard copy. I just like hard copy books for some reason. That's beautiful. Schizo. Oh man, the clothing apparel, please support. Like as you can see, like how much work he's doing for the community, which is amazing. He's a mentor. It's crazy. I did not expect this to even go any of this way, but like the process, there's a huge process in whenever you're creating something, building something. There's a lot of work that a lot of people don't just know about. Uh AK-21, please support, because you can see the good fella is doing a lot of amazing work within the community. It may not be your community, but it can affect your community adjacently or just internationally. So please always show support. He didn't like I should have I before they just got off so quick, I wish I would have asked them to like say where you can get their products from. I have to become better myself as hosting these things. This is unorganized. This is just like randomly alive. Like I just wanted to show the process of what I, you know, the wineries and whatnot. And it turned into this. So you just never know how things go. And as you guys know, I like to like produce. So I like to have everything like kind of already done and then like showcase rather than just like in the moment. But this is all fun. This is all cool. Hopefully you guys had a good time just listening, just learning, watching, grazing by. Hopefully you follow, subscribe, like their content, like what they're doing, like their messaging. I'm still just sitting back. I am about to go eat dinner and kick it with the family for a little bit before bedtime, which is in a couple hours. What? It is what it is. But before I get off, I am going to show you guys. Because I said it was. This is what I got on here for initially. Alright, cool. So I'm going to come over here, open up to a website. All right, cool. Right here. All right, cool. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so I'll pull this over here, bring this down so I can see. All right, so you're on the website. It's where it begins. Homepage. You go to wine reviews. This is what I've been working on all morning just to get this behind the scenes structure together. So you want to scroll on down. Wine review. So this was the one I was working on earlier. The Cabernet Sauvignon that's from South Africa, Black Pearl, 2021 vintage, 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. So you'll get a little summary right here. This is the Cliff Notes version. So for people who don't want to go deeper or anything like that, they just want to get a gist of what the wine tastes like, what the experience is. This is for you. But if you want to know the full length evaluation, you want to click on the actual image itself. You'll know because your cursor becomes a clicking pointy finger. You'll press that, then it opens up this document where you get the full tasting note and tasting experience. We're talking about appearance, nose, palate, conclusion, the balance of it, the balance, length, intensity, and complexity of it, and a food pairing. And that's just how things are going to go, and that's just what it is. And this would be, or this is downloadable for those of you who want to start building up your own, like I guess Rolodex of the vintages of whatever for your restaurants, bars, for your whatever establishment, or for self. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on the back end, trying to get it to showcase on the front end as far as wine reviews go. I'm excited about the progress of it. I'm excited to see where it goes. Like I said, there will be an editorial calendar on when releases will happen, which will be in bulk. So instead of there being just like every now and again or whenever randomly just like posting of reviews, no, it'll be every 3 or 4 months. I'm trying to decide. If I'm going to do every 4 months, which probably would be better. But it depends on the region. So they'll be regionally batches. So just if I'm in Spain, that's really general. I could make it more regional as I'm focusing on Spain, but the Ratius Baixas region in Spain, and there are going to be this many reviews, these many products that I evaluate, and boom, that's all of that, and that's what you get. That's the totality of the 3 or 4 months worth of work of reviews and then doing all of that. Then the next next release would be 3 or 4 months later, where there's another batch of however many wines, cover stories, etc., etc. And that'll kind of just be the flow of how I'm going to go about the wine review releases for the website. All right, so I'm going to finish off this cigar and finish vibing out. I'm going to turn the music up a little bit. Yeah, and that's just that. So if you guys want to chime in and say something, I'll still be on the live. But for like now, I just want to relax and enjoy what I've been doing. Feels good. Feels good to just turn it off like that. What's this then? All right, that's that. So why is that over here too? I don't know. It's always there's always so much work to do. No, why be so happy for this? I don't know who you are, so you get denied. All right, cool. All right, so that's that. My child is here, so I'm gonna go spend some family time. Yeah, I relaxed long enough. All right. Till next time. Bye. And here you come. You coming down here? Hey.